Hey guys, it's Danella at Painted. I know I said I'd probably be popping in on Fridays to do lives, although I forgot that this Friday I actually have some other obligations. So I'm actually working on projects right now because I'm preparing for some workshops that are going to be in my studio, and then some of them are actually going to be online as well. And I'm staining boards right now, and I'm actually staining step stools as well. And I thought what I would do is show you guys a really quick, fun, easy tip to do by staining instead of stain, using milk paint. So let me show you guys. I just did this stool and it looks really kind of light right now, and that's because it has one layer of the paint used as a stain on it. And what I did, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this. Let's see. Okay, so I made my stain using the Curio, which is the brown, in the milk paint line, and typewriter. Now traditionally when you're using the milk paint as a paint, you always mix it like a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 part of your paint to 1 part of your water. I don't know if you guys can see this, but when you're using it as a stain, you want to mix it with more water to make it more translucent. So what I did was I put 3 parts of the brown, the Curio, and 3 parts of the typewriter. So the 3 plus 3 would be 6. So in this case, I doubled the water ratio. So in here, I did 12 scoops then of water. And I just want to show you guys how this looks as a stain over a raw board, because I did it over this step stool and I just have 1 layer of it on. But if I wanted to make this darker, I could put another layer. And then right now it hasn't been sealed, so it looks kind of just like a really light brown. But I'll show you guys once it dries a little bit more. When I put like a hemp oil over it, this color is gonna get super rich and deep looking. So let me just move this stuff. And this is just a pine board. But I just wanna show you guys real quick. This is just such an easy option for when you're doing like boards, or even if you're working on a piece of furniture and you have it stripped back down to the raw wood, you can stain with the milk paint. And it doesn't have to be like the brown color. You can use any color. So you could, if you wanted to make your piece like a gray, you could stain it with the gray. And what's happening is the milk paint is just absorbing into the wood. So it's not gonna chip at all. It is functioning as a stain. And I'm just putting it on fast. I hope you guys can see this. It's gonna be really watery when you're using it as a stain. But I like to add the typewriter, the black, because I think it just makes like a rich brown color. And I've used just the brown by itself, the Curio. But I think when you add a little bit of the black, it just is a deeper, nice color. And I'm going over spots that I've already painted. You don't have to worry. It's only gonna absorb as much as it wants to. So you can't mess this up. I don't know if you guys can see all this. I'm basically just staining the board. So this is gonna be a sign. And then I tell people whenever you're making signs, at the same time that I'm doing the front, I like to do my sides too. Now I'm not gonna make this whole sign with you guys. I just basically wanna show you really quick how you can use milk paint as a stain. And I'm using just the Stahlmeister. This is the pointed brush that I use all the time. And then I'm gonna go ahead and allow this to dry. Now milk paint dries incredibly fast. So like the stool I was working on, I probably stopped doing that maybe about 10 minutes before I came on here. And it's dry to the touch. And like I said, I could add more layers to deepen this up. But I just want to show you guys. I'm going to let the board dry. Let's see. I'm going to have to move the board. I just want to show you guys how, let's see if you can see that, how the paint is really going to deepen up once I put some hemp oil on. Actually, I'm using an old paint cup, but the paint was already all dried up. So in there is just the Miss Mustard Seeds hemp oil. But this stool is actually going to have a layered technique on it. So I want like my second color to resist. So what I'm going to do right now is put just a tiny bit of hemp oil so you guys can see it. But this is going to, I don't want to do this everywhere because I'm doing a second layer. But at least you guys will get an idea. So I'm just going to show you a tiny little corner. I don't even know if you guys can see this. Just kind of thought, you know what? I'm doing it and somebody might learn something from it, so I'm gonna pop on here. Okay, so I just put the hemp oil right there on that little tiny spot, and then when I wipe it, tell me if you guys can see this. When I wipe it, you can see how, and I'm not gonna do it everywhere because like I said, I'm gonna be layering some colors. It really richened up. So it looked from like a really like light color, and then it gets nice and deep. And so the hemp oil is actually bringing out like the true color, and that's what it would look like if I was all said and done and had it sealed. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use some resist and layer on another color on top of this. But my whole point of popping on here was to tell you guys that you can use milk paint as a stain. You just mix it with more water, and I like to use double the water ratio. And you can tell already this board it's drying. See if you guys can see that. But look how pretty that is. So it was just a regular pine board, and then with using half Curio, the brown, and half typewriter, and double the amount of water. So I did basically 6 scoops of paint to 12 scoops of water. I created a stain. That's it, guys. Hope you are having a great day.